Hello and welcome back everyone. In today's video, we'll be looking at JavaScript and the different ways we can write JavaScript in our code. Now first of all, we've looked at the inline method of writing JavaScript. So we've added an on-click listener to this button. That is the inline method. But we also have the internal method, which is writing your JavaScript code directly in your HTML document. And to do that, just like how we have the style tag for JavaScript, we have the script. Now in this script tag, you can write your JavaScript code or whatever you want to be executed when the page loads. So now let's say we want an alert like this to be executed to pop up when the page loads. All you just have to do is to put this in our script tag here. And in JavaScript, you have an optional semicolon at the end. You can choose to put it or not, but I like to put it. So save this file and go back and open it up in our browser and reload. Even without you clicking anything, you should see an alert pop up, and that is it. Hello world. So that is writing your JavaScript code inside your HTML document. But now, most of the time, if you're building a very big website or web application, your JavaScript code will most likely be shared between different pages. Now for that, you want to write your JavaScript code in a external file, which is the most used method, external JavaScript. So all we have to do now is to copy this JavaScript code. Now for external JavaScript, you don't have to use the script tag. You can just start writing your JavaScript code directly. So for that, I just paste in this alert and save this. Then to have this file work in our HTML page, we need to include it just the same way we include CSS files. But for this, we use the script tag, but this time we give it an src attribute. Now this src attribute is where you now put in the path to this JavaScript file in relation to your current HTML file. Now for this, all I just need to do is to put in the name of our file, script.js. So now when we go back to our page, it should work as normal. Okay, let's check this. Okay, and the file is not available. Okay, and that's because this file is not actually script, but so we just need to do is rename this script.js, and let's check whether it opens. And okay, so when we go back to our page and reload, you should see the alerts working perfectly. Now we've seen how we can write JavaScript in different ways, either using the internal method or the external method. Now before we go, I want to show you the Chrome console. Now the console is very useful when writing JavaScript code, because let's say you have an error in your JavaScript code, or you wrote something that's not how that function is meant to be written. What will happen is you don't get an error on your page, the operation just won't run. And to debug something like that, let's set this and just type in AERT. If you're using Visual Studio Code, you should get a warning here, but if you're not using a code editor that has some intelligence, you may not get any error in your code. And when you try to run that file, so let's close this, you see we don't get any errors on our page, and the alert doesn't show. So to debug issues like this, all you just need to do is right click and inspect, then go to your console, and as you can see we get an error here which says uncut reference error, art is not defined. So this is telling us that this function that we're trying to call here is not defined. So just change this alert, which means that is invalid. Now change it to alert, and when we go back and refresh, that error is gone and we get our alert working perfectly. So that's just a simple way, one of the easiest ways to debug your JavaScript code. And this console, in your console you can also run some JavaScript code directly. So you can type in our alert, and I can just select this and click enter, and the JavaScript code runs. So those are different things you can use your console for. And in the next video we are going to be looking at how we can access and manipulate elements on our page. So see you in that video, and bye for now.